Good evening, everybody. Yes, I think we're live now. If we're not, we will be any second. Hello, welcome to just a bit of a journey update report, really. I'll be doing these as we go through the 6 months. I'm really pleased to report start. I mean, you've met 2 of the students. I've met 4, so there's 2 videos coming. There's one tomorrow at 7 p.m. And I think the next one will be Tuesday. At maybe 7 p.m. No, it'll be at 8:30 probably on Tuesday if it's on Tuesday. So yeah, absolutely. We're going to just kind of report in. So you've met 2 of the Journey students already, and I'm really pleased to say that they're already chatting and texting me and keeping me posted on how they're doing. So I'm going to keep sharing with you how they're doing, good or bad, obviously, because I think there's just so much we can learn from this series. If we all follow this process with these 5 people, which I can't wait for it to unfold and show you. I'm so excited by the 4 people I've met already, and I'm sure the 5th, which I'm hopefully meeting this week, he's going to be fantastic as well. So first initial thoughts, all really nice guys from the first 4 I've met, all really keen to learn, all really keen to practice, busy working people as well, which is exciting and exactly the kind of people I wanted. If you've got any questions you want to ask me about the journey, I do have the chat running up in front of me as well. Good evening, MC, Richard Blaney, hello. Evening, y'all. Alan Waterworth, hello. It's going good, Mark. Jack Power. So we've got the chat going up, so if you've got a question, I will dive in and out of there for the next 10-15 minutes in this live little recap. So the first 2 people you've met Aidan playing off 17, and you've now met Michael playing off 12. It's quite interesting in the comments to see people edging a bit more towards Aidan improving than Michael. Out of the 2 players, I would say Michael is practicing harder. Aidan's very busy with work. Not saying that Michael isn't, but I would say maybe their schedule's slightly different. Michael's certainly playing in lots of comps, practicing lots of nights, and is really fired up for it. Not to say that Aidan isn't, because Aidan is as well. So I've already had a report back from Aidan, which I'll share with you. You might have seen it on my Twitter feeds. So he texts me, which is nice. I've given him all my number, so we are literally chatting. You know, we're sharing everything. I want to know good, bad. They can practice, they can't practice. I want to know everything they're doing, because I want to know why I'm failing if we're not getting better, why they're failing if they're not getting better, why the instruction's working if it is, and why it isn't. We need to keep the communication up with, keep it going forward. So Aidan says, hi Brian, it's Aidan. I shot 87 on a par 76 today. He's meant to write 73 later than told me, so it's a par 73. Sure, some great golf and could have been better. And then he goes on to say a little bit about his job, which I'm not in a position to tell you what he does for work. I'll check with him if he's happy for that before I go and share that with you. So 87 on a par 73, that's under his handicap, I think, isn't it, of 17. So really good start straight off the lesson. Obviously, lots of people straight off lessons can be very scared to try that, take that kind of those ideas out onto the golf course. So really good to see him getting out on the golf course, trying the ideas that we worked on in the on and off course session, and taking them out there in what was a work competition. So he couldn't get cut for that, unfortunately, which was a real shame. He went on and said that in the later bit of his text. That was a real shame, I thought. But great that he is getting out there and putting it to practice. I'm sure we'll hear more from Aidan this week. Also had Michael report in, if I just find his text as well. He sent a couple actually, I think, didn't he? So first one he said, so he sent me a nice lengthy one. The first one he said, a bit of a mixed bag today. So this is Michael. Started like a house on fire, then struggled with the driver getting a pull hook. Now I'm standing taller with driver. The good news is the shorter irons, so the 6 to wedge, which is what we worked on, are very straight, hit a lot more greens than usual. I will iron out the driver through the week. If struggling, I will send you a video. Cheers, PS. Great pick of Aller Island. Yeah, I mean, Aller Island's just a classic picture, isn't it? I mean, hit that thumbs up button right now if you're loving the pick of Aller Island. Doesn't get any better than that, does it? We didn't get a summer's day this week, particularly hot, but we still went to the beach because we're English. So really good from Michael. What I'm really liking from Michael is he's practicing. I think he's practiced quite a lot since the session. He's not afraid to try something himself and tell me and let me know how it goes. So he's trying to self-discover as well, which I really like. Jan says, great stuff. Keep it going, brah. Hey, 87. That's a great score for his handicap. Jack Power. Absolutely. Where else have we got there? Cool, they're going a bit quick. Hello, Mark from Alex. So, yeah, so Michael's really trying to find out his way. It's interesting that his driver's gone to a bit of a hook because that's not something we saw so much on the course. So I have asked him to keep his eye on that and tell me if it keeps happening. If he can't feel like he straightens it out. You got to remember, with Michael, what we did is we worked on getting rid of his sway in his short runs to try and move low point. Now, if he takes that sway away with his long clubs and then drives forwards as much as he can, he might find that with his hips just sliding towards the target, not opening up as much as he wants, that could get his face to path control, path starting to alter, which could give him some bigger deviation in shots. So I've asked him to keep his an eye on that, and he will send me a picture, or a video I should say, if it continues to be something he cannot control. He feels like it is something he might learn or be able to control with a bit of practice. He doesn't, he's not confirmed to me because I did ask if it was strike or not. So is he toe hooking them, snap hooking, or is he actually striking them and they're hooking him, which hopefully we'll get to hear more from him. Hip turn or hip bump, Chuck Bradley. Greetings from Augusta, Alex Edmondson. Hello, Alex. Hi, Mark. Do you think the journey would have worked as well if you had used a complete beginner as well? Thanks, bro. Yeah, the journey would have worked really well with a complete beginner, as much as a 6 handicapper, which you're going to meet, and the 12 handicappers. And what actually happened with the journey, because my Twitter feed just went a little bit mental with my Facebook messages, I literally just committed to the first 5 people who wanted to put the time in, had the money to pay, to play, to take part. And also could get to me on, because obviously my diaries as well as people's diaries is busy. So I literally took first come, first serve. So I didn't actually end up picking. But yeah, absolutely, with a beginner would have been fun to do, and something maybe we can do in the future as this series develops, as I've got so many ideas for this series. Because you've got Guy, you're going to meet Chris tomorrow, who's got copious amounts of speed. He hit some great shots, like massive shots. And then you're going to meet Guy, who's the lowest handicapper the next time. He's off around 6. Or he's off 6. He's also got massive amounts of power. But Guy is 6'6". So we're going to try and work in some ideas around custom fit as well, just to keep that hopefully relevant to everyone obviously out there who's thinking of how to get better. Who can you see progressing the most? Liam asks up here in the chat. Really hard to say, Liam. It's so hard to call at the minute because they're all so keen to get better. I don't know. I do think Aidan's got a lot of potential. To be honest with you, all the students have. Michael at the minute is ferocious with his practicing, his thinking, which I love. He's so hungry to get lower. So they've all got their pros and cons for if they can get lower. Or not. You consider doing a vlog of these guys in their local club comps. I absolutely have. Daniel Eason has asked that. Yeah, I absolutely have. Obviously, I'd have to get permission from their clubs. I don't want to put the other players off. There's logistics with me getting there, all those kind of things, because they're spread all around the country. But I absolutely have thought about doing something along those lines as well. Mark, what handicap did you turn pro off, and what's your lowest score you've ever round on a golf course? From Brandon. That's got nothing to do with journey, but I was off scratch when I turned pro, and I think I was 4 or 5 under in a tournament, maybe my lowest ever score. Have you managed to maintain your TPI from Timothy? Yes, I have, but not enough. I need to do it more. So busy with work and family and those kind of things. I want to do more. So as in, there are days when I drop or I don't do as much, but I am doing it nearly every day. It might just take a bit longer, but I love how I feel after I've done it. Smash that like button, Joshua. Yes, absolutely smash that like button. So like I said, you're going to meet Chris tomorrow, 7 p.m. Check that one out with the journey. He's got a very interesting movement. Well, you can see what he does with his swing, but he's got massive amounts of speed, so it'll be interesting if we can get control of that speed. You're then going to meet Guy the next day, hopefully. Guy has got also massive amount of speed. He is off 6, so he's the lowest handicapper of all the players. Amazing putting. He was really strong with the putting. Short game looked quite good. It was about keeping him on the course. Again, if we can control that power, he is going to be ferociously good. But the thing with the low handicapper, and I said this to Guy, and you can maybe post in the comments, let me know. What do you think, if Guy is off 6, obviously you haven't met him yet, so it's hard to say, but surely it's the hardest for him to get cut, isn't it? Because he's going to be, as soon as he gets into 5 and below, he goes into category 1, so he's usually coming down 0.1. He's coming down the same he's going up, where the others are not. They're in category 2s and 3s, and what's category 17? I'm not sure what the categories are anymore. I think that's category 3. Maybe post in the comments as well. But out of the 2 you've met, and let's pretend there's a 6 handicapper coming, or there is a 6 handicapper coming, who is going to have the hardest job based on their handicaps? Surely the lower handicap has got the hardest job, possibly. Post comments. Let me know what you think. Those 2 should have a match. Great job, Mark. Lots of likes here. Okay, have you thought about making them play in the end, brah? Yeah, so basically the way the format works at the moment, everyone gets the first session with me is a 4-hour session, so around 2 hours inside, 2 hours outside. We'll talk about that in a second. And then they get 2 hours every month for the rest of the 5 months, with the 5th month being again another 2 hours plus another 2 hour playing to do the contrast in playing. And then in between those sessions, they can all text me, send me videos. I will phone them. If they've got any chat, anything, any issues, we can just talk it over on the phone and share videos, those kind of things. I've also got some other ideas coming with them. I've spoken to Titleist, and they're maybe quite keen to work some fittings into it, which definitely for the 6'6" person, so Guy, would be very interesting ideas. Michael had an interesting makeup in his bag with his hybrid, which will come to in other sessions, and also maybe getting them to Wentworth to experience maybe a little bit about what they're going to learn, or what they could learn from watching better players as well. But these are all things in the pipeline, which again, very short schedule at the moment to try and get in. Really enjoy the idea. Keep up the great content. Thank you, Mark. Can you please tell us what your club head speed is? With what club? Driver about 100, 105. We will see what they are up to 12 months down the line. Yes, we will. 6 months down the line when we leave them. Mark, if you come to Georgia next time, could you possibly push the lesson with you if you... So, okay, yeah, possibly. Would love to see a journey with Rory, see if he can play off 7. Jay, well, the thing with Rory, which I've said on many times, so if I had Rory as a student, he hasn't got the commitment all the time to commit to the practicing. So playing off an already low handicap with not the time to improve, I wouldn't see him getting much better. I would see it more of a case of trying to sustain him and get him to enjoy himself a bit more. And that's the big thing with this series, this journey, which I'm so excited about. And I think the first 2 sessions really showed you clearly it's not as simple, is it, golf lessons, as people think. Go for your lesson in a controlled space, change your swing, and hopefully play better or play better. With Michael, for instance, we only spent an hour and 20 out of the 4 hours inside the studio. We had to get out on the course to really see his cracks in his game, where inside he was able to control. There were hints of cracks, but he wasn't telling me they were cracks. We had to get him on the grass, see the dust, to work on low point, work on strike, which we were seeing a bit inside, but it wasn't showing itself. Where someone like Aidan was much more kind of 2 hours in, and then we were rained off, but we would have done 2 hours out. We did an hour out, and we're going to see him next month, and we're going to make that time up. Because it was very clear that when you're just in the room, there was lots of good happening, but at the same time, there was lots of stuff which wasn't really showing it through. And then even when you do fix them inside, on the course, and with all of them, which you'll see as the other two come along, it's very easy for them just to instantly just kind of forget or not have the confidence to carry on doing the changes that we wanted them to do. Mark, can you do a player lesson at Dort? Unfortunately, I can't do any lessons. I'm committing myself to these 5 students for the next 6 months. No other lessons. They are my 6 students. That's everything. I'm going to concentrate my coaching on to those 5 people, nothing else. But when this journey runs out, I'm sure we'll have another journey if it evolves in different formats or what have you. But so keep your eyes posted for 6 months' time. Yeah, so I'm going to do lots of these reports as the journey goes on. This is a little bit of a ramble, I know, but it's literally just a kind of reporting in. Great to see that the guys are communicating. Great that they're practicing. Great that they're taking these ideas out on the golf course. It's really exciting me. Post comments down below. Let me know what you think of the idea of the journey. Is it something you'd want to do, maybe with a coach or with me on my series as this develops? Absolutely, I'm loving what this is doing and saying about coaching and saying about golf, and I can't wait for it to unfold. Can't wait for it to unfold in a positive way and in a negative way. It can only tell, in my opinion, great stories about what coaching really is about, who's responsible for making players better, and what you can control and can't as a player, as a coach. As lots of you, as I'm sure you're all aware, have lives to lead, and you've got to, you're not like the tour players, you're not like those guys and girls on telly that you're watching with their professional coaches who commit all the time, no excuses, got the funding. Right? These are just ordinary people with handicaps who want to get better. Doesn't get any purer than this. I can't wait to watch this unfold. Post comments down below. As always, speak to you soon. Thank you for watching. The journey continues tomorrow, and it continues this week, and for me it continues just constantly for the next 6 months as we try to get these players playing some better golf. Have a good evening, have a good week next week, and we'll see you all next week, obviously with daily vlogs, those kind of things as well. Thanks for watching.